All right. Hi, everyone. Megan here. I know this week we had said you had Meg for your host for the Women's Creative Procure at Home Summer Series this week, and she got to talk to Deanna and Erin, and we can't wait to show you their segments. And I was able to chat with Annika here of Uptown Annie. Super excited to bring her in for this week's Summer Series vendor lineup. And she's actually not here in St. Louis, which is really cool. We just want to be able to showcase female brands beyond St. Louis as well, the ways that we can right now, and just support each other. And so yeah, I'm so happy to have you here, Annika. Tell us more about your brand.
Yeah, happy to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Annika. I'm actually located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so I appreciate the St. Louis brand branching out a little bit during this time when we're all online. So it's convenient in that way. But I started a brand called Uptown Annie back in March of this year, and I design and sell minimalist prints. So they're pretty simple drawings, which is kind of the vibe that I'm into, and I sell them in a few different sizes, and yeah, that's just a little bit about Uptown Annie.
So you just got started in March, and before you had launched, I mean, where did your inspiration come from, or what made you decide, you know what, this is what I want to do?
So I started drawing probably a year before I launched.
Okay.
Just randomly wanted to find some new hobbies, and so I started drawing. I got inspiration from Pinterest, and I would hang them around my apartment, and I would have friends come over and ask me to draw some for them. So I just started drawing for other people, and eventually they would pay me for them, and they were just super encouraging and really pushed me to start a business with it. I honestly would have never ever pictured myself starting my own company, but because of my super encouraging friends, they were like, you need to do this. So I took a leap of faith and started it.
Yeah. So you have a website. Did you launch your website as like your first thing, or did you like start on Etsy or just Instagram, or were you like all in, let's do this website?
So I actually started with Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
So I would originally draw on canvases, and
Okay.
would just post them on Facebook Marketplace. I sold them for like $15 a piece, and
Mhm.
I had an overwhelming amount of people reaching out to me about them, and so I went and bought like 100 canvases, and I spent the whole weekend drawing, and I was like, I think I need a better way of kind of organizing this and having an actual system, and because it's really hard to keep track of over Facebook Marketplace, all the different messages and whatever, and pickup times and all that. So that's kind of what pushed me to start a website. I never went on Etsy. I've debated, but I thought in the future, if I ever expand and want to do other things along with it, then it would just be helpful to have a website going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's beautiful, and I think your work is showcased very well on your website and your Instagram
Thank
page.
you.
That's what drew me to. I was like, ooh, we need to showcase her. Her work is amazing.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So is there anything in your current collection that you're just like loving, or like were inspired by, or anything that you want to just talk about in particular within your product?
Sure, yeah. So everything that I draw is inspired by something that either I find beautiful or am passionate about, or if someone reaches out to me and asks me to make a drawing, a lot of times other people might have that same interest or passion. So I try to kind of cater to my audience as well. So I have a few here that
Yeah, I'd love to see anything that you have close
talk
by.
about kind of what I was inspired by. Okay, this one's kind of giant here, but this is my biggest size.
I love that
So
one.
this is, and it's a little glossy just from the
Yeah.
sleeve, but so this one's called Adventure, And this was one of my first prints that I did. And so my brother moved out to Montana recently for school, and
Okay.
he goes hiking all the time, and he'll sleep at the top of mountains in a hammock, and he's just super adventurous. And so that's what this was inspired by.
Oh, that's
A
awesome.
little bro.
Yeah. Oh, I love
And
that.
then if you ever take a look at my website, you'll notice almost all of my drawings have something to do with plants.
Mhm.
So I'm super into plants. And so like this
Wow.
one, for example, um, my apartment had a ton of plants. Everyone would joke that it looked like a jungle. And when they came in, and people would just be in shock when we told them they were all real. And so that's why a lot of my drawings are plants. I'm constantly surrounded by them, and I
Yeah.
love them. So they're my babies. So I
I
love
mean,
drawing plants. So this is one
yeah,
of that was inspired by my hanging pothos plant.
love it. I love the colors in that one.
Thanks. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I'll just show one more.
Yeah. Show
This
us what you
one is called Desert. So this is the smallest size. Okay, it's
have.
kind of,
Yeah, 8 by 10.
you kind of see it.
Yeah.
So this one was actually a custom one that I did for someone that goes to school in Arizona. And I decided to put it on my website after I did it because I figured anyone in Arizona or the desert kind of
Yeah,
area would connect with it. So
absolutely. I love
yeah,
that.
so those are a few of them, and those are the three sizes that
Yeah.
I
So that was 8 by 10,
by
11 by
10,
14.
11 by 14, and then the biggest one is 16 by 20.
Awesome. Do
Hmm.
you offer framing options or you just do the prints?
I don't at the moment. I'm working on kind of figuring out framing options. I used to do them, and it was challenging, to be
Okay.
honest. So I'm trying to figure out a better way to go about it, or find some quality frames, and
Yeah.
maybe in the future I'll bring it back. But for now, I don't. But I am planning on adding in the next couple weeks or so to my website a page with all my favorite frames that I've used,
Oh, that's
in
a great
different
idea.
sizes and different price ranges and colors, and
Yeah.
so I'll link all of those to my website.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I used to do make and sell prints myself, and it was always that debate of do I sell them with frames? Do I not? It just adds a whole nother layer. But some
Yeah,
people, when I kind of introduce it a little bit, they would be like, "Oh, I probably wouldn't have bought this print if I wouldn't have, had the frame." Or even
yeah,
before, I would, recommend where to buy good frames. So having it all in one place on your website is super smart.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I found that too, for sure. Some people won't buy a print if it's not framed already because they just don't know where to buy it, or what sizes, or what
oh,
places what have
right.
what sizes, and
But if you have it there, like on your website with these are my prints and the sizes, here's where
Mhm.
you can find prints that go or frames that go with these prints and these
Yeah,
sizes. Especially like right now with everything being virtual, it's really nice that it's just like click, click, done.
yeah, exactly. Order the print, order the frame, you're
Yeah,
good.
super smart. Perfect way to just get creative right now and make things happen. So that's amazing. Yeah. So are you offering like an event special or anything for anyone that's watching for when they come to your website?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm planning on doing 10% off, and you can use the code PROCURE at checkout.
Great.
So that's for anyone watching this and tuning into the Procure at Home series.
Sounds good. Amazing. Well, we thank you so much for your time and for chatting with me. Was there anything else that you wanted to highlight or that we didn't talk about before we check off here?
One thing I could touch on is that I give a portion of all my profits to Simpson Housing Services, which is located here in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So that's just something I like to let people know, that by purchasing prints from Uptown Annie, you're really making a difference in the lives of people, of the homeless community.
Mm,
So that's something that I'm really fortunate and thankful that I can contribute to them in that way.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's great. Well, thank you so much. And so anyone that's watching, keep in mind her coupon code. And so your website is on our summer series webpage where you can just easily click through and then browse all your products and frames and then use the code at checkout. So, well, thank you so much for your time. It's been amazing chatting with you and getting to know your brand more. I know I loved it. So I was like, we've gotta showcase
Thanks
you.
so much. Yeah, no, I appreciate your time as well. Thank you for setting this
Right.
up.